Did you know that your nails can actually be one of the first places that nutrient deficiencies show up? And most people completely miss the signs. That little white spot, the weird ridges that you've had for years. Yeah, your body is probably trying to tell you something. And here's the wild part. These tiny changes could be pointing to bigger issues with your thyroid, your liver, or how well you're absorbing key nutrients like iodine, protein, and calcium. And I know it might sound dramatic, but once you know what to look out for, you'll never see your nails in the same way again. So in today's video, I'm going to walk you through 5 specific nail changes that can reveal hidden nutrient gaps and what to eat or supplement to fix them. If you've ever felt like something's off with your energy, your hormones, or your health in general, your nails might be trying to drop hints this whole time. If you've ever felt like something's off with your energy, your hormones, or your health in general, your nails might be able to tell you more. I'm Kait, a nutritionist who specializes in insulin resistance, thyroid health, and hormone balance. I've helped hundreds of men and women get their energy, confidence, and health back using simple food-first strategies. And I make these videos so you can do the same. So let's get into number 1, which is one of the most common nail complaints I hear about, and that is brittle nails. You know the type. Peeling on the edges, constantly breaking, even snagging on your clothes. If this sounds like you, your nails are probably trying to tell you something about your diet. What most people don't realize is that brittle nails are often linked to low protein intake. See, your nails are made almost entirely of a tough protein called keratin. And if you're not eating enough quality protein, your body starts cutting corners. It'll prioritize making hormones, repairing your muscles, and keeping your brain functioning, long before it puts any effort into growing strong, healthy nails. And the second nutrient to keep in mind here is biotin. This is one of the B vitamins, and it plays a big role in keratin production as well. Low biotin can slow nail growth and make your nails more prone to splitting or flaking. You might also notice dull hair or dry skin with it. Now, here's the kicker. A lot of people who think they're eating enough protein aren't. It is a nutrient that so many people are under-consuming, especially if you're skipping meals, eating light during the day, or relying on high-carb meals. And biotin? That can actually drop if you've recently been on antibiotics, if you have gut issues, or if you eat a lot of egg whites on their own. These bind to biotin and stop you from absorbing it. So what can you actually do about it? Start by looking at your meals. Are you getting at least 30 grams of quality protein in at every single one? Most people aren't. And 30 grams is the bare minimum. Ideally, you want to be getting 40 to 50 grams per meal. A few high protein food options are eggs, just make sure you're including the yolk, grass-fed beef, chicken thighs, and salmon or sardines. Really, any type of meat, animal product, or seafood is going to be ideal here. Plant protein sources actually aren't really a good source of protein. The vast majority of them actually have more carbohydrates than they do protein. So it takes a lot of calories and a lot of carbs to hit that 30 gram minimum. Now, if you're someone who's really busy and you're really struggling to hit your protein target, this is where a supplement can help. High-quality protein powders that don't have any added sugar, artificial sweetener, or other weird things that are going to mess with your gut are going to be key here. Something like Equip's Prime Protein. That's what I personally use, and I'll link it down below if you want to check it out. As for biotin, you usually don't need a separate supplement if you're eating a balanced whole food diet that includes things like egg yolks, beef liver, nuts, seeds, and salmon. But again, if your nails are struggling and you've dialed everything else in, it might be worth looking into a biotin boost. Sign number 2 is vertical ridges in your nails. These are lines that run from the base of your nail, or the cuticle, all the way to the tip. A few shallow lines are normal and can happen with age, but if they're deep, very visible, or seem to be getting worse, they're worth paying attention to. Now, these can be caused by several nutrient deficiencies, but 3 of the most common are iodine, vitamin B12, and iron. These 3 are all involved in energy production and cell turnover, which directly affects how your nails grow. Now, most people start by looking at iron when they see these ridges, but I recommend starting by looking at iodine instead. This one gets overlooked. Iodine is essential for thyroid function, and your thyroid in turn controls how fast your cells regenerate, including your skin, hair, and yes, your nails. When your thyroid slows down due to low iodine, nail growth slows too, and you start to see ridges or dullness. I actually did a video on subtle signs of iodine deficiency that you see in your hair, skin, and nails a few weeks ago, so I'll link that video up above if you want to check it out afterwards. It's a must watch if this part of the video is resonating with you. And then there's B12 and iron. Both are critical for red blood cell production, and without enough of them, your nails don't get the oxygen and nutrients they need to grow evenly. That leads to ridges and sometimes even changes in color or shape. So what can you do about it? For iodine, think wild-caught seafood like cod, shrimp, and scallops. Eggs and dairy also provide a small amount, but if you don't eat those regularly, you might need to supplement. Just a drop or two of liquid iodine daily can help bring your levels back up. I'll link to my supplement recommendation in the description box down below. Now for B12 and iron, the best food source? Beef liver. It's a nutritional powerhouse and hits both of these nutrients in one go. Now, if you're not into the idea of cooking liver, I take beef liver capsules. They're easy, tasteless, and super effective. So if you're seeing these vertical ridges, it might be more than just a cosmetic issue. It could be a sign that your thyroid's underperforming. The next sign to watch out for is white spots on your nails. A lot of people assume this is because they banged their finger or nicked their nail, but that's not always the case. When these spots happen frequently or when they happen on multiple nails, this is often a sign of zinc deficiency. Zinc is a trace mineral involved in everything from immune health to wound healing to protein synthesis. It also plays a key role in cell growth and repair. So when your levels drop, your nails can show tiny white spots or become more fragile overall. And zinc also supports thyroid function, just like iodine. So if you're low in one, you might be low in the other. They work together to keep your skin, hair, and nails growing properly. You can find zinc in oysters, which are the highest food source, red meat, or pumpkin seeds. Again, this is where beef liver capsules can come in handy. They naturally contain zinc in a highly absorbable form, along with iron, copper, B vitamins, and more. So if you're seeing these white spots consistently, boosting your zinc intake is a good first step. The next sign to watch out for is horizontal white lines. And these are different from ridges or spots. They're pale bands that run across the nail, and they don't move as your nail grows. That's how you know they're not just an injury. These lines can be a sign of low calcium or low protein, and they sometimes pop up after periods of illness, high stress, or poor nutrient absorption. Calcium isn't just important for your bones. It also plays a big role in cell signaling and repair, which includes the nail bed. If your body isn't getting or absorbing enough calcium, the growth layers of the nail may temporarily stop functioning properly, and that's when you get these lines. And here's another component that most people miss. If your calcium is low, you probably need to look at vitamin D and magnesium as well. These help you to absorb calcium correctly. So what can you eat? Full-fat dairy products like yogurt and cheese are a great place to start. Sardines with the bone are also another surprising source. And then things like tahini or sesame seeds. Now, if you're intolerant to dairy, then a calcium supplement might be necessary. But I always suggest testing your levels first and focusing on food first if possible. These horizontal lines can show up during recovery from stress or illness, like your body hit pause on non-essential functions. So if you've had a rough few months, this could be a snapshot of that. And the final sign we're going to talk about today is nail clubbing. This looks like the tips of your fingers are rounder, puffier, or the nail curves down more than usual. You might also notice the angle between your nail and the cuticle looks more pronounced. Now this one isn't as common, but when it shows up, it can be pretty serious. It's often a sign of underlying health issues, especially involving the liver, lungs, or heart. From a nutrition standpoint, clubbing can be related to low methionine or choline, two nutrients that support liver detoxification. If your liver isn't functioning optimally, your nails may stop growing in their normal shape, and clubbing can slowly develop over time. I also did a video on signs that your liver is struggling a few months ago, which I'll link on the screen right now, that talks a little bit more about signs to watch out for, that your liver is under stress and not functioning properly, but also ways to improve your liver health. So if you think this might be your issue or you're a little bit concerned about where your liver health is at, check that video out next. Now let's talk about food. You can get methionine from things like eggs, Brazil nuts, and chicken and beef. And choline is especially rich in egg yolks, beef liver, and wild-caught salmon. So again, if you're low in both, a beef liver capsule can be a great solution. It hits a lot of the bases here. And I especially love beef liver capsules because you're essentially getting the nutrition from a whole food source. It's just been freeze-dried. And you don't have to put up with cooking and eating liver. Okay, before we wrap up, I quickly want to talk on how you can support your nails holistically, because I know we've covered a lot in today's video. So let's look at the big picture. Your nails are kind of like little health report cards. If something's off with your nutrition, your hormones, or your metabolism, your nails will often show it long before any blood test does. So here's a quick recap of the signs and what they mean. Brittle nails, think protein and biotin. Vertical ridges, often linked to iodine, vitamin B12, or iron, especially if thyroid functioning is sluggish. White spots could be low zinc. Horizontal white lines, that's a calcium red flag. And finally, clubbing. This means it's time to support your liver with choline and methionine. Now, as I've mentioned many times throughout this video, I always recommend starting with food. That means more eggs, red meat, and seafood, less processed food and sugar, which depletes nutrient stores. And if you do need to supplement, I've linked some of my favorites down below, which includes Equipped Prime Protein, super clean and easy to use daily, Lugol's iodine drops, and beef liver capsules from Grassland Nutrition that covers iron, B12, zinc, choline, and more all in one. And Grassland Nutrition also has a beef liver and kelp supplement combination. The kelp is added in there for an additional iodine boost. So this is a great all-around daily supplement. And remember, these aren't just for your nail health. They support your energy, your hormones, and your metabolism. It's all connected. Now, I want to hear from you guys. Have you noticed any of these signs on your nails? Do you deal with ridges, brittleness, or maybe those white spots? Let me know in the comments down below. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.